In this video, we're going to answer 3 very important questions. What is an O1-B visa? Who can get one? And what are the requirements? While most companies and foreign nationals are familiar with the H1B, L1A, L1B, and TN employment-based non-immigrant visa classifications, the O1-B visa classification is more mysterious and not as well understood, quite possibly because eligibility requirements seem too lofty and out of reach. The O1-B visa is reserved for individuals of extraordinary ability in the arts. Many people think this is a difficult, even impossible visa to get. Well, here at Minor Atlantis, we have extensive experience providing legal services in all aspects of U.S. immigration and nationality law, including the preparation and filing of many successful petitions for O1-B visa classifications. In this video, we're going to explain the different classifications of artists eligible for an O1-B visa and the kind of evidence needed. If you are a foreign national artist looking to work in the United States, you're going to want to watch this video. We've provided the timestamps of our discussion of various classifications of artist in the info window below, if you'd like to jump right to your category to hear what you need to know and what you need to do in order to get approved for an O1-B visa. Some of it might surprise you. You may be closer to an O1-B visa than you think. USCIS defines extraordinary ability in the arts as possession of distinction or a high level of achievement in the field of arts evidenced by a degree of skill and recognition substantially above that ordinarily encountered, to the extent that a person described as prominent is renowned, leading, or well known in the field of arts. Well, that's all well and good, but how do we prove something like this? In order to prove that an individual merits classification as an O1-B artist, they must have a demonstrated record of extraordinary achievement, as evidenced through extensive documentation. While this may seem too high of a standard to achieve, the first question we need to answer is, well, what qualifies as art? USCIS defines art as any field of creative activity or endeavor such as, but not limited to, fine arts, visual arts, culinary arts, and performing arts. So, given this definition, who qualifies for an O1-B visa classification? The good news is that the O1-B is available not only to the principal artists, such as the singers, musicians, actresses or actors, painters, sculptors, and chefs, but also includes essential personnel to the artistic field, such as directors, producers, hair and makeup artists, composers, choreographers, set designers, costume designers, sound engineers, tour managers, music agents, and even animal trainers, among many others. So if someone qualifies as an artist, how do they prove that they are extraordinary and therefore merit classification as an O1-B artist of extraordinary ability? The USCIS regulations establish the criteria that you must meet in order to qualify as an O1-B artist of extraordinary ability. These include evidence that you have received or been nominated for significant national or international awards or prizes in the particular artistic field. If you do not possess a significant national or international award in your field, then you must provide evidence in at least 3 of the following 6 criteria. 1. You have performed and will perform services as a lead or starring participant in productions or events which have a distinguished reputation, as evidenced by critical reviews, advertisements, publicity releases, publications, contracts, or endorsements. 2. You have achieved national or international recognition for achievements as shown by critical reviews or other published materials written by or about you in major newspapers, trade journals, magazines, or other publications. 3. You have performed and will perform in a lead, starring, or critical role for organizations and establishments that have a distinguished reputation, as evidenced by articles in newspapers, trade journals, publications, or testimonials. 4. That you have a record of major commercial or critically acclaimed successes, as shown by such indicators as title, rating, or standing in the field, box office receipts, motion picture or television ratings, and other occupational achievements reported in trade journals, major newspapers, or other publications. 5. That you have received significant recognition for achievements from organizations, critics, government agencies, or other recognized experts in the field in which you are engaged, with the testimonials clearly indicating the author's authority, expertise, and knowledge of your achievements. And 6. That you have commanded a high salary, or will command a high salary, or other substantial remuneration for services in relation to others in the field, as shown by contracts or other reliable evidence. So what does this evidence look like? Well, here we're going to provide an explanation and some examples for each criterion. Awards. To qualify for O1-B classification, you may provide evidence that you have received or been nominated for significant national or international awards or prizes in a particular artistic field. In the field of acting, for instance, significant national or international awards include, but are not limited to, an Academy Award, a Tony Award, Emmy Award, Directors Guild Award, BAFTA Award, and Golden Globe Award. In the field of music, significant national or international awards include, but are not limited to, Grammy Award, Juno Award, Billboard Music Award, and the Brit Award. In order to determine whether a fashion award is a significant national or international award, we would need documentation, such as press or information from the grantor's website, including criteria for nomination or selection, standards for evaluation and selection of prize winners or award recipients, the monetary value of the prize or award, if any, evidence of the final placement, names and credentials of judges, documentation about the history and reputation of the grantor, and finally, documentation confirming the significance of the award. It is important to note that not every artistic field of endeavor has nationally or internationally recognized awards. So if your field does not grant such honors, you may still qualify for an O1-B classification based on an alternative set of 6 criteria. Performance as a lead or starring participant in productions or events that have a distinguished reputation. This criterion looks at evidence of your past work, as well as evidence of your future work. You must be able to show that both your past work was and your future work will be in a leading or starring role and with a production or event that has a distinguished reputation. But what would this look like, for example, if you were a fashion designer? In the world of fashion design, a production or event may include participating as a designer during Fashion Week, a runway show, or a brand launch, designing clothing for television, film, theater, or music video production with well-known musicians, actors, actresses, directors, and/or producers, or having your designs exhibited in a major fashion or art show at a distinguished museum. In addition to assessing your work product, which could include a portfolio, sketches, or photos of your work as it progresses from conceptual design to creation, fittings, and modeling, we would also evaluate critical reviews, advertisements, publicity releases, publications, contracts, or endorsements to confirm the distinguished reputation of the event or production. Achieved national or international recognition for achievements, as shown by critical reviews or other published materials. In order to satisfy this criterion, you will need to present articles written by you or about you and your work which have been published in major newspapers, magazines, or other publications, which can also include popular blogs. So what would this evidence look like, for example, if you are a classical musician? The articles can be interviews, exposés, or critical reviews of your performances. They can also include articles that you have written about musical performances and composition. In order to qualify major media, you would need to provide circulation data or website statistics showing the number of subscribers, viewers, or visitors. Some of the leading publications that cover the music industry include the New York Times, Rolling Stone, Billboard, NME, Gramophone, and Opus, to name a few. These are all publications with a large number of readers and circulation figures. Performance as a lead, starring, or critical role for organizations and establishments that have a distinguished reputation. This criterion looks at evidence of your past work as well as evidence of your future work. You must be able to show that both your past work was and that your future work will be in a leading, starring, or critical role and with organizations and establishments that have a distinguished reputation. What would this look like, for example, if you were a chef? In the culinary arts, an organization or establishment may include a major food and beverage company, a famous restaurant, or a popular cooking TV show. In addition to assessing your work product, which could include a portfolio, cookbook, and/or recipes and menus, we would also evaluate critical reviews and other articles published in newspapers, trade journals, blogs, or testimonial letters relating to your work. A record of major commercial or critically acclaimed successes. To satisfy this criterion, you would need to show evidence of either critically acclaimed successes, such as media showing your ranking in the field, or the ranking of your work in the field, or evidence that you have achieved commercial success through sales of your work. Now, what would this look like, for example, if you were a singer-songwriter? If you were a singer-songwriter, you'd be able to meet this criterion with evidence of gold or platinum level sales of your singles or album in several countries, sold-out concerts or performances, media indicating that your single or album has ranked in the top 10 for the genre, royalty reports showing the licensure use of your music and your receipt of payment for such use, significant recognition for achievements from organizations, critics, or other recognized experts. To satisfy this criterion, you would need to present testimonial letters from recognized experts in your field, both from experts who have worked with you as well as independent experts who are able to provide an assessment of your work and distinguish you from other artists in the field. So what would this look like, for example, if you were a photographer? A photographer, whether they are an editorial, documentary, or commercial photographer, can satisfy this criterion by presenting letters from editors and art directors of magazines, newspapers, or other media where their images have been published, models or model agencies with whom they have photographed, marketing managers for products they have photographed, and art critics, to name a few. Each of the letters should confirm that you have received significant recognition for your work as a photographer and discuss the qualities of your artistic work that sets you apart from your peers in the field. 6. High remuneration. This criterion can be satisfied if you have either commanded a high salary in the past for your artistic endeavors or will command a high salary or other substantial remuneration for your artistic endeavors in the future. The remuneration can be based on an hourly or annual payment. Evidence of remuneration or salary may include contracts, invoices with confirmation of payment, or tax documentation, to name a few. In order to establish that the remuneration is high in comparison to others in that field, we utilize various national and international salary surveys that are available on the Internet. The O1 visa is reserved for the very best and talented artists, and although qualifying can seem insurmountable, with the proper guidance and preparation, many individuals can secure the type of documentation that enables them to establish themselves as an artist of distinction. At Minor & Landis, we assist you every step of the way, from performing a detailed assessment of your qualifications, and if you do qualify, to preparing a comprehensive O1 petition that captures your achievements and expertise and tells your story as an artist. If you do not yet qualify, Minor & Landis also offers mentoring services to provide you with guidance on how to collect and prepare a thorough immigration portfolio that will support an O1 petition in the future. Remember, you only need to secure a nomination for a major award or satisfy 3 out of the 6 criteria we talked about. If you begin collecting this documentation and believe that you may qualify for an O1 visa, our team of experienced attorneys can assess your credentials in advance to determine the strengths and weaknesses of your prospective O1 case. The assessment can also help to provide insight on whether to proceed with the preparation and filing of an O1 petition and the potential challenges that the USCIS may issue in connection to your prospective O1 petition. Such assessment will enable you to determine whether you wish to proceed with the O1 petition or wish to take additional time to collect more evidence. It has been our pleasure to provide this guidance. Please do not hesitate to contact us if you wish to move forward with an O1 consultation, credentials assessment, and/or mentoring.